So I know you've shared just a few examples of student success stories, and I kind of want to wrap up our talk today with maybe some other student success stories and just some maybe some stories that really exemplify, what would be a great a student for the entrepreneurship program, and then what those students have done.
Absolutely. So I'm going to start with Luke Marion. Luke Marion was a 2017 grad of Northwood in the entrepreneurship department. As a kid, he loved gardening. He grew up learning gardening from his grandparents and parents, and he started a website called Am I Gardener? And he would post these videos and people would watch them, and eventually he started getting clicks, and he was actually making some money off from it. So he comes here for entrepreneurship, and it's really just the side thing he does. He doesn't see it as a future business, but as we get into the program and as he starts doing the business model canvas and the marketing plan, he does it for Am I Gardener? Today, he's in Port Huron, Michigan. He has a storefront. He sells seed, fertilizer that he developed, and it's a multi-million-dollar company with 25 employees. And he would tell you, and he would love to do an interview, but he would tell you that this was just something he did for fun, and he managed to turn it into a business. And in addition to that, now he and his dad started Bella Bola Pizza, which is right up the street in Port Huron, and they're actually taking that and they're considering franchising that once they get it established. It's incredible. Luke's a great story because he took his passion for gardening and he was making a few bucks off from it, and he's turned it into a fully legitimate business. He's expanding. We took some students there for a tour, and he was just telling us about all the things he's got going. He bought the upstairs. He's got a warehouse. He's shipping seed packets all over. I think he told me he's going to do 6 or 7 million seed packets this year. It's incredible. That's one story. Cory Pie is another good story. 2012 graduate. Started a business in high school called Mid-Michigan Recycling. Took old computers, and he would gather them up and then sell them off, because you can pull gold and platinum, palladium out of these. Now, don't go home and think you're just going to tear your computer apart and get rich. You got to have a lot of these. But so he was doing this business, running it while he was here. We had a donor, Mark and Jeannie Schupan Aluminum, largest recycler in North America. Cory won a scholarship. They got to know each other. Cory graduates, building the business, got 10, 15 guys working for him, calls me up. He's about 24 years old. And he says, I got a call from Mark Schupan. They want to buy the business. I don't really want to sell, but if I don't sell, they're going to start their own division and they'll wipe me out, right? So here's the beauty of it. He recognized that he didn't want to sell it because he loves entrepreneurship. He loved owning his own business, but he also recognized if I don't do it, they're just going to do it and put me out of business. Sold the business to them, became a general manager, has 75 employees working for him within that company. So he's gone from entrepreneurial to being part of an entrepreneurial company. And he said, in the future, I'll do something else. And he will, no doubt in my mind. And then I'll just do one more. Jack Gertley. Jack Gertley, BBA, MBA, so 3 years for the BBA. He's going to start the MBA this summer. Started a business when he was 14 years old called Gertley Landscape. He mowed lawns, right? Did landscaping. This summer, once he finally got released from the governor to do landscaping, it was a little bit of frustration for him in April, but he has 15 guys working on multiple crews. He's bought property. He has equipment. He is now doing landscape design, and this was great. This was a phone call we had just a week and a half ago. He said, I actually spent the day just looking at new places and doing designs, and I didn't worry about what was going on because the crews were out there doing their own thing. He said, I didn't have to be there to check up on them. He says, I've moved from the doing the work to managing the work. Yeah. And I just love these stories, and I love watching how they develop these over time. And yes, I did just give 3 examples of students who started in high school, but I've got students who've come here from family businesses and now are back at their family business. I had a student who said, I'm not going back to the family business. And then after taking some classes, he says, you know what? This is the right thing. He's with the family business and he's just excelling. He's just doing wonderful. And I've had students who've just gone to work for other companies and are excelling within those companies because they're willing to take on anything, because they've built a skill set that says, I'm more than an accountant or a finance person or a marketing person. I'll do whatever you want me to do, and we'll make it better together. So those are just some of the stories. I mean, we go on. And I stay in contact with these students, not students anymore, these young professionals, and it's exciting for me to see what they've done. It's amazing.
That's great. Yeah, thank you for sharing those stories. I think it's always great to just kind of illuminate what are these students actually doing after college. And yeah, maybe we will be able to get them on and interview them in one of these videos. That'd be